Drive down the streets of Chico and you'll see the name Bidwell all over the place, at the college, the church, and in front of this giant mansion.
Well, it's home to one of the most influential and historic men in California. John Bartell here, making a little pit stop at the Bidwell Mansion.
Of all the buildings at Chico State University, the tan-colored 3-story Bidwell Mansion stands out the most.
So this was constructed in 1865 and they finished in 1868. It's built in an Italianate style. They were really going for a villa feel and look.
State Park aide Quinn Evans could go into great detail about the mansion's ornate trim, the high-flying widow's peak, or the fine wood craftsmanship. But before he goes into that, I wanted to know, who is Mr. Bidwell?
John Bidwell was one of the first pioneers to come to California, and he was at pretty much every single major event in California's early history.
Quinn's not exaggerating about John Bidwell's historic legacy. The man moved to California before California was a state. He discovered gold with John Sutter, became a Mexican citizen, only to turn around and fight against Mexico in the Mexican-American War. And Bidwell even delivered California's paperwork for admittance into statehood, which led him into a life of politics.
And he figures that he's entered society, and so now he needs a house that reflects his position in his society.
The dream house of Bidwell was a 2,000 square foot, 26-room villa built for partying with dignitaries. But that changed a bit when he married his wife, Annie Bidwell.
She was a very devout Presbyterian, which is where the no drinking, smoking, or dancing came from.
John and Annie may have been party poopers, but at least the guests who stayed at their home got to enjoy modern amenities like running water and this fancy elephant-shaped toilet.
Plumbing practices were a little different back then.
They were slightly different.
A little more ornate as well, I guess.
Yes.
If you tour through the mansion, you'll find all sorts of oddities, like a secret passageway to the nursery, a glass box full of birds, and this life-size painting of John Bidwell that seems to be watching you.
We tell the fourth graders that it's creepy cool because his eyes will follow you around the room.
Bidwell eventually established the town of Chico and later persuaded educators to build a college in his town by giving them free land anywhere they wanted.
So long as it's not my front yard, and they took the backyard.
Bidwell's finances went south in his old age and he died in debt, but he did leave California and the city of Chico with a wealth of historic importance and a beautiful mansion that we all get to enjoy.
From the Bidwell Mansion in Chico, I'm John Bartell. Hope to see you on the Backroads.